Hi guys, welcome to Throwzone.com. This is Mohit Soni, and right in front of you is another SUV from the MG Motor stable. This is the Aster. This will go against the likes of the popular Hyundai Creta, Kia Seltos, and the very old cars in this segment, such as the Nissan Kicks and the Renault Duster, and the brand new rivals such as the Skoda Kushaq and the VW Taigun. And as you can see, this is a very different approach. This is a crossover approach to the usual boxy design language that we're used to, but MG has a whole lot of very different things to offer with this car. This car is extremely different, brand new in many ways. This does remind us of how the Creta was launched in India, and Aster seems to be benchmarking even above that and coming up with something like this, because you just have to look at the design and realize that this is something completely different. This is the new grill, what MG likes to call as the Celestial grill. It is obviously looks like the MG ZS EV, but it's got a completely different design, and it looks really impressive. If you ask me, this is a new way of doing grills, and it's really impressive. It almost looks like this grill is coming from a luxury manufacturer, so I think that's fantastic. That's the lower half of the bumper, and that's the ADAS features that we will talk about in detail very soon. This is the LED headlamps. You've got this crystals here, again very luxury car manufacturer, like huge boomerang LED DRL, looks really impressive. This orange color also looks quite good. Have a look at the white, that's the red, and these are 17-inch alloy wheels. It doesn't look like that, but they are, and they are quite impressive to look at, and they are 215/55, so good profile for our roads, at least on paper. Look at the crossover design, it looks really impressive, and it's not your usual drill, but it's got the same dimensions. As you can see, it's got very good LED tail lamps. We've got that crystal effect going on in the LED tail lamps as well. And again, as you can see, it's got a very muscular yet very good design going all around. The Hector may not had the best side profile, but this definitely does. The Gloster does, the MG ZS EV did, and so does the new Aster. So full marks to ZS EV from our side on that. The grid dynamic badging that we saw on the Gloster, AI inside badging on the side, got keyless entry and go. Let's get inside the interior, because that's also a big highlight here. Dual tone interiors, there's going to be 3 options, and one of them is red, and I think again very luxury car manufacturer. Like, I think last time I saw this pattern, this combination was in a Lexus. Got the door locks here, very conveniently done. The doors also feel quite solid. Let's start the car. That's the sort of LCD display that you get here. It's got adaptive cruise control, and it can be operated via this stock here. Really impressive. And steering mounted controls, voice control, and this is the big 10-inch screen, just like the Korean rivals. It's got a new system here, and it looks really impressive. As you can see, AC adjusts like this, which is pretty good. There's navigation, there's weather, there's music, and you come here and you come into vehicle settings, and then you can see it's got steering options to choose from, so you can have dynamic, normal, urban easily. And I think, yeah, that's the tire pressure monitoring system. The touch is much faster, much quicker than before. I still give it a 9.5 out of 10. And let's go into the features here, the safety features here. Forward collision with rear drive assist is basically when you slot the gearbox into reverse, it will help you in making sure that you park very safely, very nicely. And if you have traffic coming either from the left or the right, this will warn you. There will be a strong beeping here and flashing here, along with all the side mirrors as well, so that's really impressive. These buttons also we saw last in the Gloster. Seeing it here, it looks really nice in a car which is much lower in the segment of SUVs. Carbon fiber finish, red leather, looks really impressive. Cup holders, that's the key. I'll explain it to you, because that's also needs explaining, because it also has some features in it. That's the key. So storage area here, and the best part here again is from just like a luxury car manufacturer. You have soft touch material which actually feels very nice. It's really good here as well as here. The aluminum finish here is also really good. I really like that aspect that they've used brushed as well as normal aluminum finish on here, so it makes it look really nice. The same has been done to the vents and it looks really impressive. But as you go back, the plastic's a bit hard, so are on the door pads. The texture is good. It doesn't feel entirely flimsy, but could have been better. But then again, I think the dashboard compensates for it this time quite clearly. I don't like to use the word compensate, but I will have to, because the stuff done here and here is not that different, and it just creates an ambience of very good quality car. That's the glove box, not that big, spacious. You've got power seats on the driver side and manual on the passenger side, and of course, before you ask, full size panoramic sunroof which covers 90% of the roof and goes all the way till the back. And then you can open it as well for just a bit like this, and you can also tell it khul ja sim sim. Hey Aster. Hello Aster.
Yes.
Khul ja sim sim.
Sorry, I can't do it.
Okay.
I am listening.
Open sunroof. As you can see, it can do it on your voice command as well, so that's pretty impressive. You can close it. You get a wind deflector here as well, so that's really good. And as you can see, there is a wireless charger here. You've got a lot of charging points. There is a 12-volt socket here to charge even more items, and that's 360-degree camera. That's hill descent control, and that's traction control. As you can see, it looks another set of feature that is now sort of need of the day. And I like the screen. It does feel much better than the Hector. It feels a notch above of the Gloster as well. So, and then MG's also introduced the AI assistant, which is pretty impressive. That's a whole set of features entirely. It can control, you can ask it anything, absolutely anything, and it will respond. It's got Wikipedia fitted into it. So if I have some question like, hey Aster. Hello Aster.
Hi, how can I help?
Who is Barack Obama?
Barack Hussein Obama II is an American politician and attorney who served as the 44th President of the United States from 2009.
So as you can see, you don't need to Google stuff anymore. You just need to ask the car and that will do it for you. Leather seats look really nice. There's this whole host of features here, and we can't try the music system right now. When we do drive the car, we'll do it. And I told you about that. About the sort of screen here, which is really impressive. So it's got, I told you about the ADAS 2 features. I told you about the Google AI. It's got typical voice commands as well as before, just like any other MG car. And let's get into the back, and then I'll come in the front again to let you know more. Sorry for that, I can't help it. And that's me getting behind my driving position. I think this is going to be slight of an issue because the seat is still pushed all the way back. You have decent knee room, or you will have, and leg room is generous. Headroom is also really good. Again, it's a 4-seater, not a typical 5-seater. The seats are quite low. Under thigh support definitely could have been better. You have this armrest here with cup holders, can holders. All 3 headrests are adjustable, so that's a great safety aspect. Again, it's going to be something very average in terms of space at the back, but then none of the rivals offer a very good amount of space at the back. We don't have the space numbers yet. MG hasn't entirely homologated the car, but this seems to me like a 350 or 400 liters of space. We'll correct that at the original launch when we have the 2 numbers. And now let's jump to even more features that I need to explain to you. MG is also introducing the digital key with this car. So as you can see, this is the normal key, and if you keep this key with you at home, and you can, if you do pair your car with the digital key, you don't need this key anymore. You can keep that at home. You can use the mobile phone as your digital key, and as you can see, it's already paired and connected here. And I can and we've been briefed rather well. We had a nice session, but we can tell you it works flawlessly. The app is a bit slow, slightly slow. It's not super intuitive or fast, but it gets the job done. And as you can see, you have lock, unlock, honking and lighting, and activating the engine. So this is basically not remote start stop. It just activates the start stop button here, and when you get inside, you can press the car and then go. So I think that makes it foolproof, and it makes it quite convenient. It gives you that car feel while you're in the car. It doesn't need to be start stop. Of course, you have that aspect in the connected car features, but with the digital key, I think this is great. This can be used in multiple ways when it comes to car sharing purposes. That's a different story entirely altogether. But then this digital key will help you if you lose the key by any chance, then it will help you lock, unlock the car. Then you can get the other key, and then you can get back to normal services with the normal key. But till then, you can have this, and that's fantastic. And it's also got the feature where you can come up to the car, it will lock and unlock. If you walk away from the car, it will lock it. And if you unlock the car, and if you let's say are 2 minutes behind, it will keep the car open. After 2 minutes, the car locks again if you've not reached to the car yet and not started the car yet. So I think that's also brilliant. Those aspects, such as like the 2-minute number, cannot be adjusted for now, but if there is enough demand and enough feedback from consumers, AMG might do it. And this is also something really, really useful nowadays. Our mobile phones are everything to us, and I think this is also fantastic to have as a feature. And this is the electric parking brake, auto hold at the signal, so you don't need to hold the foot brake entirely. Steering is only adjustable for a rake and not reach. And I think this is it. This is how I can sum up the Aster for you now. And I think really this is quite an impressive car from MG yet again. This could be the this could be the next best thing after the Hector in terms of volumes for the manufacturer, because they've got it right. In terms of engines, they have 2 options to choose from, such as both are petrol, sadly no diesels yet. There's one naturally aspirated motor making 110 PS and 140 Newton meters. The turbo petrol, which is the Brit Dynamic 220 turbo, makes 220 Newton meters of torque and 140 PS. So I think that's going to be the hot version to drive, and that is it. If they can price it right, which MG is doing quite well with all of their cars, I think MG has a brand new winner on its hand, because this seems completely loaded, and we can't wait to drive this car and tell you more about it. We've pretty much covered everything. If we have missed something, we'll definitely let you know more about it when we drive it. And until then, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.